This Philly talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's our life. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, host of the Philly Talk podcast, but today is the first off-season episode of Go Talk the podcast. We're going to do it every 2 weeks. That's 2 episodes a month. New slow right now, but the mock drafts are flowing. Ain't that right, LB?
They definitely flowing. Goat Talk is back for the off season, and only thing that keep popping in my mind. I know this is off topic for Eagles, but I just keep thinking about James Harden. I ain't gonna lie, I just keep thinking about the Harden shit, man. What you think about that before we get into what we got going on?
I'm all in. I'm all in for Harden at this point. Like, here's my thing. For the last week leading up to the draft, not the draft. Here we go. See, I'm mixing it. Leading up to the trade deadline, I'm like, it's a possibility. But now it's like they done floated it in our heads this whole week in every situation, this, that, and a third. And I'm okay with all of them besides giving up Maxey. I know some people say it's a little too much, and maybe it is, but at this point, I'm all in.
Yeah, you got to swing for the fences. I agree, man. You got to swing for the fences. I mean, it's James Harden, man. You got the legitimate, you can have like some Shaq and Kobe type stuff going on. You legitimately can have, or this newer version of it, because nothing will be like that. I think you got to go for it, man. I ain't going to lie, man. I would try to hold on to Maxey as long as I could. You never might not have an opportunity like this. I'm going to just leave it at that.
I agree 100%. And he definitely got a 3-year window we could work with, I believe, of his upside. But speaking of the Eagles offseason, before we get into the mock draft simulator, we will be using Pro Football Focus's mock draft simulator. And so stay tuned, guys, and let us know your thoughts. Shout out to everybody in here, almost 100. What is your take on just watching the playoff games, seeing the Eagles, fall back and, hearing the little rumblings of, some trade candidates and Andre Dillard and possibly Gardner Minshew, just some of the, the low key off season things we heard of so far.
So as far as the guys like Minshew and Andre Dillard, I think Andre Dillard actually helped his stock. You know what I mean? He wasn't horrible. He wasn't like outstanding. He's very, very serviceable. And I think teams like the Bengals could use him because they don't have a really good offensive line and they made it to the Super Bowl. See, teams that have success and just can't protect their quarterbacks, like I want to throw Seattle in there if they hold on to Russell. You got to throw the Bengals in there. They can find value in a guy like Andre Dillard. So I think it's a great value pick that we have just sitting on the back burner. And I'll take like a third for him. Minshew as well. I think Minshew did a great job at boosting his stock as well. I mean, his stock stayed the same. It didn't fall. It didn't plummet. So, I would take a fourth Gardner Minshew. So, what I mean? If people are interested, I think Howie Roseman got to do something about that and make something happen. I mean, what's your take on, just the rumors surrounding the quarterback position still up into this date? I know I'm personally tired of beating a dead horse with it. I just want to see where it's going to go. But has anything changed in your thought process on what we should be doing at that position?
Nah, I'm definitely pro continue with the way we are. Use the draft picks to make this team better, whether that's dropping one of the third-round picks, which we might talk about when we do this mock draft into 2023 to guarantee. Because listen, just because you support Hurts don't mean you are, getting a tattoo that he's the franchise guy. Anything can happen. He's a young quarterback. You got to keep all possibilities open. When it comes to the biggest one, the Russell Wilson, I won't be mad if we end up getting Russell Wilson. That's not what I will be. I just want to know what we gave up and now how is the team around them. If something gets figured out, I'm all for putting the best players out there. And as we sit right now with the problems I see on this team via defense and some of the spots we can shore up on offense as well, I think that you got to go the route of drafting talent over the quarterback position once again. So, the Kyler Murray story tried to get out there a little bit. I saw Eagle fans hit me up and put me in my mentions because he's trying to divorce Arizona and he got a perfect scenario over there minus the contract and he's over there trying to divorce Arizona.
I mean, I look at the Kyler Murray thing as it's kind of spoiled, man. He's coming off kind of spoiled to me. Everybody's been telling him, "You the number one overall pick. You this, you that." You finally get to the playoffs, and then you go out there and get baptized. You have a worse showing than Jalen Hurts had. I mean, they should be trying to divorce your ass after that. Then you went to the Pro Bowl and continued to throw picks. I mean, like, come on, man. You can't do that, man. You gotta. He's acting like Ben Simmons. He's acting just like Ben Simmons. Your level of play wasn't up to par. So you got to go ahead and sit with that. I don't want nobody who going to delete that. Jalen Hurts would never do that after a loss. I would be so disappointed in Jalen Hurts if he deleted the Philadelphia Eagles off of social media because he had a bad game. Come on, bro.
And even if the contract number is not where you want or they're not starting that early, look how Dak Prescott handled the situation, right? There's so many ways to do it by just jumping the gun and playing like that. It's definitely worrisome if you're a team even thinking about it. But let's be honest, right now, Kyler Murray, he had a better season overall. He's a lot further than Hurts is, but the end result was that the playoff performance was similar. I definitely agree there. My whole thing is just we got to get this team better, and I don't really buy into all the quarterback chatter for the simple fact that I think it's going to be hard to maneuver. And although we got things that entice Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, it's still ultimately up to them, right? No matter what we throw at Seattle and Houston can love the packages, but both of them have no trade clause, and so both of them got to sign off on it. So no matter how much ammunition we got, it's still a player's choice. It's different if they got no trade clause, but they do.
Yeah, I agree. So it's like you said, they have a choice. And who's going to come over here? Like, honestly, if you want to keep it 100, we're more of an attractive destination. Well, Washington is more of an attractive destination than us. They can talk about their defensive line. They can talk about Terry McLaurin. They can talk about they have a fairly decent offensive line as well. They could talk about the pieces that they have. They could talk about Ron Rivera. They got more things. You'll be the first quarterback to, you know what I mean, win as a commander. They have a nice sales pitch that they could put together for one of those quarterbacks. When you think about the Philadelphia Eagles, I don't think we have the pieces to draw a quarterback. I feel like the way we're set up right now is we have the pieces to draw talent. Like, dudes actually might want to play with Jalen Hurts. I know people don't think so, but Jalen Hurts was a college star. And a lot of these guys like Calvin Ridley and
younger
various guys who play for major schools recognize that, and they would like to play with Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? Because of his playmaking ability, they would just like to be in the – listen, if you was in Chicago, take Allen Robinson, for instance, you would come over here, take some money, and play with Jalen Hurts in a heartbeat. If it was one of the only good situation, a playoff team, you don't do that a lot in Chicago. But, yeah, I don't think that if Russell Wilson looks at this, you got a great offensive line. Yeah, I could work with Devontae Smith, but you ain't got no Legion of Boom. You ain't got a lot of other stuff. You have a inferior defensive coordinator who's giving up. I will have to be in the shootout every week. I'm capable of it, but that's not attractive to me at this stage in my career. I want to win some smart, easy football games. That's how I look at that.
Yeah, I think after Tom Brady going to a decently stacked Tampa Bay Buccaneers team and then add in the pieces like AB, Gronk, they added a few pieces here and there, but the team was majority built, just missing the quarterback. I think that's the situation these guys will try to find. Denver Broncos is a team that I think is well suited minus the quarterback. Washington, I believe, was. But now I think this season did a couple things to negate that, right? Because their defense was supposed to be good, and it wasn't that good, right?
That's true.
Their skill players were supposed to be healthy, and they weren't that healthy. And then they were supposed to get a good name, and they definitely didn't get a good name.
Right.
So I think a couple things that the Washington football team / Commanders, whatever you're calling them, had going for them, they took that back. But for the Eagles, winning 9 games, getting to the playoffs, having young talent, and the ability to sign some defensive players or draft some defensive players, I think could, entice a lot of positions minus the quarterback, because some of that is going to be given up to get that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I agree. And you got a little bit of money to spend. You can go in there and you can tell a Russell Wilson, like, listen, we made the playoffs. We have the best offensive line in football. We were the number 1 rushing attack. You know what I mean? We missed a lot of open throws that you possibly would have been able to recognize and see. And we can guarantee you we're going to go hard in the offseason to help bolster anything we got to do to get it done for you. But will the holes fill up? I'm worried about the linebacking core. You know what I mean? Listen, hey, if you get Russell Wilson, you got Devontae Smith, you got Quez Watkins, you probably can hit on Chark. You know what I'm saying? That might can get that linebacker over here from Seattle, Wagner, because Russell's over here now. It starts a whole chain reaction when you get stars like that. You know
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
true.
So I wouldn't be mad at a Russell Wilson thing because I know that won't be the only piece. I know if they get Russell Wilson, they're trying to win within 2 years. Bottom line. So I would feel okay with that. Like this is the position that I was in last year. I said either way it go, I'm cool. I was a Wentz guy, but I seen some potential out of Hurts. Either way it go, I'm cool, especially if you're getting
Yeah,
the first round pick for it. So either way it go, you got to be good. Like the biggest Jalen Hurts fan in the world will tell you Russell Wilson is Russell Wilson. If you get
facts.
Russell Wilson this offseason, I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be talking because we got the best quarterback in the division.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And like I said, it gets more enticing if for some reason it's like, you know, I don't know, if we could finagle 2 first round picks instead of 3. And if it's a desperate need for 3, if we could do something where, 1 or 2 this year, 1 next year, or 1 this year, 2 next year, just so you can, start to rebuild your team. I think you could still get some talent in here because of, acquiring him. And I don't know exactly what his cap hit will be via the trade, but I still believe we'll be able to make a signing or 2. And then you got the draft as well. But you know what's
I think
crazy?
they'll I think they'll take a first, a third, and Jalen Hurts and call it even. I don't think they'll take 3 for
Wow.
Russ. I don't think they'll take 3 for Russ. They
A
won't take 3.
first, a third.
A first, a third, and Jalen Hurts. I think they'll
Well,
take
then,
something
yeah.
like that for him because getting that money off their books is probably more important to them than anything.
Yeah, depending on their future, right? Or they want picks, they're probably going to start to
Yeah,
slowly rebuild. And again, rebuilding, if you're a good franchise, rebuilding ain't all that long as it is in other sports if you do it the right way, a la the Philadelphia Eagles. But you know what's crazy? I forgot the guy's name. I think it's Shaq. He's a Eagle fan and a Bulls fan, right? He's on Twitter. I follow him. You probably follow him too. He be tweeting a lot about the Eagles. Um, he says something about Russell Wilson, you know, as an Eagle or something. He low key liked it. This is a guy, who has like,
yeah,
6,000 followers. He's active, but he's not no check mark. He's one of us. He's just a
yeah.
guy. And it was crazy to see Russell come out his way and hit that like button, you know what I mean, with everything going on. Him still not, leaking out that we're a destination. It would be interesting to see what happens if that got leaked out, in the upcoming months. But I agree. If you can finagle Russell Wilson with the right price, there's no one that should say no.
Yeah,
That's
because
not to say that
as
Jalen
long
Hurts won't be good. It's just to say it's Russell Wilson.
I agree, as long as you can get if you can get Russell Wilson, you have to guarantee me that you're still picking twice in the first round this year. Beyond
Twice.
that, I don't care what else happens. As long as you're still picking twice in the first round this year, people don't understand how important this draft is and the amount of capital that we got. The Philadelphia Eagles have never had 3 first round picks in a draft. This has never happened, and we only had 2 first round picks in the first round twice. You know what I mean? This has never happened. So this is a very, very rare opportunity to be able to make something shake, man. But we also coming into this situation at a very, very weird time. The amount of holes that we have are alarming to me. You talk about being second to last in sacks, Mike.
Yeah,
That's
that's not good.
trash. That's trash. We pride ourselves on that. You could tell me BG was going, oh, if we depended on a 35-year-old defensive end to make a difference in that department, we already wrong. You talking about a linebacking core who, oh, they all trash. They all trash. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it a 100. Kayvon Wallace ain't panning out. What happened if Roddy McLeod knees, which are held together by tape, fall apart? Anthony Harris up there. You know what I mean? You can go on and on down the list of alarming holes. We've been bottom 5 in punt returns in 2 years. Who been
Yeah,
back there?
special teams has been bad.
Right. Who been back there? A first round pick named Rager. You know what I mean? Come on. You got to go out there and bolster this. I wouldn't be mad if you spent more capital on a wide receiver at this point because the ones we got stink. You know what I mean? Minus Smitty.
Yeah.
Quez.
And Quez got potential, but until the coaching staff gets him on and he fully puts it together, I agree. But real quick, for the people in the chat saying that why would Russ want to come here? Again, just thinking about what Devontae Smith could be with a better passer, an offensive line that is 10 times better than Seattle, a run game that is better than Seattle. Remember, Seattle was trying to sign Adrian Peterson midway through the year. So a better run game, better O-line, a top 5 tight end, a young receiving core, one being Devontae that's good, probably still got money to go out and get a veteran or draft one. And then a defense that, yes, that is the biggest thing that needs to be redone. And so that's where you would have to spend your draft capital and see. It's not out of the realm of possibilities, but it's an option. But right now, if you ask me, at 9 o'clock on a third Wednesday, almost skipped a day. Right now, Jalen Hurts is the way to go until somebody opens up as a legit option. Real quick, shout out to Robert Drennan with the $4.99 super chat. He said, "What up, y'all? Hey, I got to make this quick because they're only giving me 14 seconds. So here it go. Will Dallas win the Super Bowl this Sunday? Go Birds." Hey, Robert Drennan always. He can't eat. His first thing you got to say is a negative comment about the Dallas Cowboys. And I love that about him.
Right. Dallas stink. Their fan base been crying all damn playoffs. It's actually been making me happy. Losers. I know who they are. They don't know who they are, though.
It has been. So shout out to the 170 in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. We about to start about 16 minutes in. We'll talk about some other stuff too. Maybe do one or two depending on how fast it goes. Let us know your thoughts. We're about to pull up the Pro Football Focus. What do you call it? Mock draft. Let me get that real quick. Mock draft. Later.
Hurt stays, Miles goes. Miles is a severe question mark, bro.
Yeah, he is. Well, what is your take on that, right? It's like if you don't extend them throughout this offseason, next year you'll have to pay a little bit more than you already want to. And that is the biggest thing, is like if you can get him on a team-friendly deal, do it. But if he's asking for, 12 top 10 running back money, I can't do that with what he's shown.
Miles Sanders ain't even have a touchdown last year.
I know. I mean, but to his credit, he missed some time, and Jalen Hurts is a red zone monster when it comes to touchdowns. I mean, that's not totally excusing.
Right, yeah. I don't think it's his fault. I think Miles actually ran pretty damn hard this season, for real. He just couldn't find an end zone, which is rare for a guy that usually that has that that one hitter quitter type of run style. You can't pay him. You know what I mean? You can't pay him. Kenneth Gainwell has proved big, and I said this. I said when we drafted Kenneth Gainwell, I said this is not going to be good for Miles Sanders. That's the first thing that I said. You know what I mean? I think you just got to keep him. You just got to continue to have a running back by committee situation. You know what I mean? Trade bait for real.
Yeah. So if this offseason you started hearing talks and they were gonna make him probably between the 13th and the 19th paid running back, somewhere in between here, 13 and 19, which is something like, not really gonna hurt us. You're not willing to say, let's go. You're trying to be like, you know what? Let's keep Gainwell, see what we do with Boston Scott and Howard, and maybe draft them back later this year and next year.
If they talk about extending him to that magnitude, I'm not really mad at that. But you got other guys who have chipped in just as well as he has in the run game as well too. If I'm Boston Scott and Miles Sanders get that type of bag, I'm like, what about me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Boston Scott has been equally as important. I can't really say Miles Sanders has been that much better than Boston Scott. He hasn't. You know what I mean? We call Boston Scott the giant killer. Boston Scott actually has a team that he inflicts pain on every time he sees them. Miles Sanders has the untimely fumbles, but I really like Miles Sanders this year, though. I'm just saying I wouldn't be able to pay him knowing that if he missed a game, I'm going to get the same production out of Boston Scott, Jordan Howard, and Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, I agree there. And, it seems to be, I thought he could be a 20 to 23, 25 carry back, not every game, but some games, because, he's the same size and shape. He really mirrors Shady, not in his, not cut on a dime type Shady, but weight, size, all that stuff. But he has been a bubble wrap type running back, and he fits more to 10 to 12 type carries. You'll get 12 explosive carries. He might break one to the touch, a home run, but he's
Shady
not
was
that
better.
guy anymore.
Shady was better inside the 20.
Oh, Shady was better overall. I mean, Shady
Yeah,
is
yeah,
Shady.
yeah, yeah. Shady was extreme. Like it was like blow. Shady will blow him out inside the 20 though. You know what I mean? Miles Sanders, he got the speed to get to the touchdown, but Shady vision was just, you know,
Yeah.
he got to get better in the red zone. He might be the worst red zone running back we got on the
But
roster, and that's crazy.
you know what I got to do now is see how many touches he got inside the red zone. That's what I want to see. I want to see between Gainwell, Howard, Scott, and Jalen Hurts rushes inside the 20, and I'm gonna do that research for you know maybe next GTP or something along the lines just to
Yeah,
see how many opportunities he was given to run the ball. But that is going to be interesting because with this offensive line, we proved running backs can, we can ship and change them easy and still get production. And you've seen guys like, look what the San Francisco 49ers do. Elijah Mitchell, they drafted him in what, the 5th plus round? They stayed drafting, Raheem Mostert, right? Was a guy he was an undrafted guy from us. They
I think
just
their
take
formula.
guys and make it work.
I think their formula is a little different though because they don't really rely so much on a great offensive line. Now they got one or two really good offensive linemen, but everybody else is average. But the difference is that the wide receivers block, the tight ends block. Like they got so many schemes over there. Like if Debo Samuels ain't running it his damn self, he like a lead blocker sometime.
And
So is
same with
Kittle. You know
Kittle.
what I mean? Right. They got a lot of schemes, and Brandon Ayuk blocks too. So I think they just feed off of just team blocking. Like they like to get out and hit. Ours, the wide receivers ain't doing that. Jalen Rager is not blocking nobody. So you really ain't getting to the outside. You know what I'm saying? Our best blocking wide receiver should not be on the field at all. And JJ Arthur-Whiteside, we just built kind of different. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll
We'll
give you
see.
that. Yeah, we definitely can, protect the inside though, like running inside, like what
Yeah.
Jordan Howard wants to do. And so, listen, if Jordan Howard can promise me there's no such thing as a stinger going to happen no more, I'm cool for him coming back. But if he doesn't come back, that's the type of running back we need. That's the next breed, right? We got the Kenneth Gainwell, which is kind of like a Miles Sanders. We need a running back that is Jordan Howard style, a guy who can be flashy but can be your every down back. He got no wear on a tire. He's fully ready to take
We
the
did
load.
it. I firmly believe that we just went about the running back situation wrong. If Jordan Howard was the lead back, I'm telling you, we would have been much more productive in the running game. If you had Jordan Howard getting the majority of those totes, wearing those defensive, them linebackers down with our offensive line, and then you sprinkle in Miles, Scott, and Kenneth Gainwell while them dudes already beat up, you will get explosive runs that way. I think Jordan Howard is a guy that could have ran the ball 20 times a game and had over 1,000 yards rushing for us.
Yeah, I definitely think we could have used that early. I'm just worried about Howard's durability throughout the season
Facts.
anymore these days. He's 26, and I still think he's young enough. But man, Stinger took you away from the Eagles, and the Stinger did again. When he came back in the game, I forgot who it was against. I think it was the Washington football team or the Giants down the stretch. He was running upright, and he never runs upright. He puts his shoulder down and wants to fight for the extra yardage. And there's a reason why he didn't get no carries against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because that stinger was too much still. And so I think, as you said, that is the recipe for success. You get a Jordan Howard-esque running back who can be a bulldog, but also can catch balls out the backfield, can do some versatile things at the running back position. But then you sprinkle in the Kenneth Gainwell or Boston Scott. That's just the way of the world is now. But we need that, Zeke-esque, Howard-esque, tougher running back, even like a Mixon, right? These guys can get the tough yards between the tackles, and you could find them in later rounds. We might have to draft one tonight, LB. No, I'm just
We
kidding.
might. We definitely might.
All right, so I'm going to go into this, right? Click on the Eagles. We're going to enter. This is the Pro Football Focus one, or?
Is that, yeah, that's PFF, yeah.
All right, this is the one you like, or we going to do. Advanced settings, what we doing? We're doing all 7 rounds, speed, fast, yeah, because we don't got to see anybody else's.
Exactly.
All right, we good. So let's go. Start draft.
Let's get it.
It's going. Matt Corral went to the Washington Commanders. Eagles are on the clock. So let's run down this first round real quick, just because. Dang, see, this is a little funky one because Stingley went first overall instead of Aiden Hutchinson.
That kind of makes sense for the Jags, though, if you think about it. Nah,
the
Aiden
Jags
Hutchinson should have went first. Yeah, it should have been Aiden Hutchinson.
But look, here's the thing. It might be messed up in the sense of how the first 5 go, but as long as the first 5 are taken, it really doesn't mess up the back end to get into us. So it's still
exactly
type realistic to when it gets to us. But we got Stingley Jr. going to the Jags, Aiden Hutchinson going to the Lions, Evan Neal, tackle, going to the Texans, Thibodeaux going to the Jets, my brother's team, George.
This is this dude that they keep linking to us.
Yeah, I mean, real talk. I just started looking at his tape because I thought David Adoju, how do you know how to say his name? I thought he was better. I mean, a little bit more athletic, but this dude out of Purdue is legit. I think he can be a problem off the grip.
And since he's linked to us, it's very fitting that the Giants try to do something to burst our bubble and pick him right there.
Yeah, in the sense of just his, he's not just going to be, he has a wide variety of ways to get to the quarterback, strength, speed, you know what I mean? He's smart. You can move him around, but I
got to look at him. I got to look into him. I just know he's been heavily linked to us.
I can't say that last name. And, my thing is what I got to start doing is not just, reading. I just can't watch the game tape quietly. I got to hear his name be said a couple times so I understand it.
Facts.
So, then the Panthers take Kyle Hamilton. Giants take Charles Cross. Falcons take Akeem Ikwonu. Tackle out of North Carolina State. Broncos take Amon Garner, Sauce Garner at 9. Jets take Garrett Wilson, wide receiver at Ohio State. Matt Corral to the Washington Commanders. They trying to get a quarterback. Vikings giving up on
Cousins. This is last year of his deal.
Kenny Pickett, small hand Pickett. I know Eagle has landed a subscriber to a lot of the Eagle content creators. Love him. David Ajobu, Michigan, going to the Cleveland Browns. Nakobe Dean.
Right in front of our face.
In front of us. Because I got a video coming out, Dean versus Lloyd. I like them both. I'm not trying to spoil who I pick at the end, but we on the clock. So chat, LB, if we are here and this is how it's looking, hey, I know people looking at Linderbaum like, hey, what you doing? I know LB said, nah, he's good, but I'm trying to stay away. Right, so we got Devin Lloyd, Drake London, Trent McDuffie, Sam Howell, Jameson Williams, Khalil Elam. But I think we know where we're going. Chat, let me know what you want, LB. Who you got?
I'm going to go Devin Lloyd right here.
Yeah. I think the chat about to be broken.
Wait. Before we do that, let's see the available trades. We got 2 trades.
Let's see the available trades.
Right next to draft a player. See what they're talking about.
How do you see it?
So the Bucks want to trade with us. That's one team.
Yeah, so the Bucks will give us our. Does it tell you what they want to give it to right here? So
no, we would broker the deal. They want that pick, so they want 15. So all you would do is click on. Hypothetically, if you wanted to trade the 15th pick, all you would do is just click on 15, and they would take 15, and then you would take what you want. And then you got to hit offer trade. If they go for it, it'll go through. If not, then it won't go through.
Yeah, I've been using the Pro Football Network one, but I got to start using the Pro. I try to use them all, but I just started doing my mock drafts. That's why.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now that's why we got the Eagles mock draft 1.0 via the Goat Talk, because we're gonna do a couple of these on both channels, and as things change on the line, you never know, things shift up.
So we're in agreement that we want to use this pick, the 15th pick.
We got a couple. Well, we got one person here saying trade, but Lloyd was getting spammed in the chat. That's who I would go if the board looks like this. I would go Devin Lloyd
too. I would definitely go with Lloyd. Actually, this is why. Okay, I would go with Lloyd here. I would use this pick. Yeah, I would.
Yeah, remember we got another one coming right back to us.
That's why you can't trade this one, because they might take who you would go with. So I would take my guy here.
Correct, because like say you did want to trade, right?
Right.
And you're like, it's okay, I'll get the same guy at 16, but he took who you wanted. You be feeling sick.
Exactly. So I go Lloyd right here.
So let's double check the chat. Everybody good with Lloyd? It looking like Lloyd is good. Canada Freedom said London.
And I'm gonna say why I wouldn't go Lindenbaum right here though. I wouldn't go Linderbaum right here because you got Stoutland, man. He can groom anybody to be a center, I feel like. And then Kelsey's still coming back. That's a guy you get to start immediately. If Kelsey's retiring, then it's something to think about. But, I mean, what you going to bench him for a year? He's the best center in college.
True that. And for the people saying trade, there would be no reason to trade. I mean, yeah, you probably get a little bit better value, but not much in a sense of unless we take the guy that Tampa Bay would want. And why would they want Devin Lloyd when they got Devin White? And hopefully he plays like Devin White. But here we go. Devin Lloyd, linebacker to Utah, 40 years, Howie. We about to break it. 40
break
years, Howie. And boom. Now we back on the clock, back like we never left. Here we go. Now
we got two more trade offers.
Look at the trade offers, chat and LB. You want to, right?
Yeah, let's see. Tampa Bay again? They are not quitting. They trying to move up for something.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, if we being honest, I would really consider trading this pick right here. But where's Tampa Bay first? They got the 27th. So I would do, if it's me, I would do 16. I'll give them the 16th pick.
Give them the 16th?
Yeah, I would give them the 16th if we're in agreement, and they give me the 27th, and I need a third. You moving up in the top half.
Yeah, so you would want the third, or
I would want that 91st. I would want that 92nd, that 91st.
Yeah, Chad, how you feel about that? We move it. We gonna trade this pick now. And then we pick at 19, and then we pick 19. We pick 19
and 27.
27, 53, and then 91. So that's a lot in the top 100. What we doing, chat?
I think they're gonna want something more for that. They're gonna probably want us to throw them like a 121.
Yang Gang said that's not enough. He said I want more for Tampa.
More from Tampa to move up to 16. So that's enough.
They're saying no. They saying we should draft.
Oh, they saying we should draft?
Yeah. Showing up said try a second and dang the chat.
But wait. Let's look at what's available though. We didn't even look at what was available before we jumped to the trading.
Yeah, let's look at what's available then.
Because nothing really changed. Because all we did, we don't even take somebody off the board.
So again, but we were so focused on Devin Lloyd. We do got Linderbaum here, right? It's not your first pick. I know where you stand on that. Mm-hmm. I just think he's very talented and can play center, guard. I think he can move around. I think, if he plays this potential, you're not just talking about a guy who's good, but, you get a guy, say, we could turn late round picks in the studs. Imagine what a stud could do under Stoutland, just to throw that out there.
Do you think he's generational?
No, because I do believe there's, if he was generational, he wouldn't be there at 16. Offensive linemen are important. Center's not as much as tackles, though. But we do got Drake London, a big body receiver. We got your receiver, Jamison Williams over here. We got Trent McDuffie, Khair Alam. That's the cornerback I like for size. Like right here, McDuffie and Alam. I got to do more on McDuffie. But I just think that, we're going to be putting him out there.
I like Alam. I really like Alam right here if you're talking about making a pick. But at the same time, would this be a reach? That's what I'm talking about trading. Would Alam still be there? They got him ranked the 18th.
Yeah.
Would you want to chance him still being there? I don't know. It seems
See, that's why I love mock drafts, because I can start over. But if you can't start over.
Right, exactly. You can't start over. That's why I truly believe, for real, we being honest, I believe in trading this pick right here and trying to pocket it for 2023. This is the pick I would do that with.
Is this what you did? Or so when you traded that pick back, it was
traded
16,
19.
Not 19. Oh,
I traded 19. Yeah, I traded 19, but it was different stuff on the board though when I did my mock.
Yeah. See, the board matters. Right now, I see the chat saying someone said cornerbacks too early. Kevo said first and second and first next year. Repeat what you're trying to say, Kevo. Let us know in the chat. Let me read this though from Bold Brew with the $9.99 super set. He said if this was real life, we could trade this pick for Michael Thomas.
Right. Facts though.
Hey, listen, the Saints got a lot of guys who are about to be on yard sale, man. They broke. They extra broke.
Yeah. I think Kamara's gonna be on a big sale too.
After yeah, that's crazy. Kamara over there getting battery charges.
I see. It's like no clear cut guy who to pick. Only clear cut guy I would do is Alam, but he's. I don't think it's a reach, but that would be the guy Alam for me, for real.
Yeah,
if you're picking somebody right here.
I definitely would go.
I don't think it's too early for a cornerback. This guy could start immediately.
That's true.
And you can have him on a rookie deal, and you can not have to pay Nelson because you got to pay Nelson.
Yeah, and again, I wouldn't just automatically give up on Nelson if he's willing to take a friendly deal because he only cost us $3 million. But if you can get a guy to start over Nelson, that's great. But you need cornerback depth. We got lucky because Nelson and Slay stayed healthy, but an injury or two to our secondary, oh my lord, we would have been in big trouble. And it happened a couple games
because Zach McPherson ain't ready yet.
Nah, not at all. So chat one more time. We're going to give it like another 20 seconds. Let us know what you would do here. Would you try to trade out of this, right? Trade back for this year? Do what LB and I were talking about in a couple episodes before on Go Talk about getting a first round pick for next year. So yeah, this draft is going to get thrown away after the night, but then you know that you did this while securing the future. Or do you want us to, go with one of these guys? If I'm taking, I'm going Elam as well at this. Wait, let me see something real quick. Yeah, both pass rushers that you would look at. Now, Jermaine Johnson is a guy I'm looking at like at 19-ish.
Nah, I honestly think he's going to be a second round guy.
I don't know, man.
I think he's going to be a second round guy.
We need a defensive end though, big time.
We do. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, the third and fourth rounds, it get deep in the third and fourth rounds, man. Like right now, this is why I would trade one of these picks. These are all good players, but I think Elam is the best guy. I mean, you really don't want to spend no more draft capital on a wide receiver, but I ain't mad if how we do it. I'm not drafting Drake London or James Williams. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get me a veteran guy. I already got a young star. You know what I mean?
All right. So there is some people in the chat talking about trying to get a first for next year.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's
you
see.
Still pick at 19. Go to trade. I don't know why it keeps wait. It's a way that you can see the other team that wants to trade with you.
Oh, you see the Browns. Yeah.
The arrow under the Tampa Bay name, right to the right.
Yeah, right there.
I'm on the block. To the right. No. Go back down to where you see Tampa Bay Buccaneers name. And then it says next pick 27. And then it's an arrow all the way to the right. Yeah. Is that should be another team in that drop down.
Yeah, I'm pulling it now. Is it just not showing it?
No, I don't see it.
Hold up. They're like, you took too long. No, I'm just kidding. That's crazy. What's going on? Hold up. Let's pull back up.
Because it keeps saying it's two teams. I just want to see what the other team is. It's not doing it.
Let me just refresh it. Shouldn't kick us out, right?
No, I doubt it. So it's not even letting us draft?
What?
Oh, damn, it kicked us out.
It definitely did. So we're going to be quick. I don't know why.
Run it. I think it timed out on us. Run it again.
That's wild. The chat. That's wild. All right, let's see.
We might get the Cold D this time.
It's the same as Devin Lloyd, at least, right?
Oh, yeah, take Devin Lloyd.
We got the same thing. There you go. They knew they owed us one. So Devin Lloyd, boom. So if we are going to, let's see if it's coming now.
Oh, now it's the Saints.
Do you see the three teams?
No, damn, it's three teams now. No, I don't see them.
So you see me pick Devin Lloyd, though, right?
I saw you pick Devin Lloyd, yeah. You see the three teams?
Yeah, I see him. I don't know why it's not popping up on the thing. So there's the Cowboys, the Lions, and the Saints.
With the Cowboys? Nah, hell no.
Nah, we never do that ever again.
Go to the Saints and see if go to the Lions and see if it changes. If I can see that.
I went to the Saints.
Yeah, I see the Saints up there. Okay, I see the Lions now. Once you change it, I can see it.
Got you. So we should, yeah. All right, so let us know.
The Lions.
Are we trying to get a first round pick? Is that what we're trying to do? Not just get draft capital for this year, but try to get a first round pick? Because the scenario that everybody comments on, they say, I don't believe Howie's going to use all 3 picks. They believe he's either going to trade back for this year, but a lot of people would love to get that security blanket for Jalen because, I would say a lot of people are still not confident in Jalen Hurts taking that next leap. And so that's the safety blanket for Jalen Hurts while still trying to get a good draft.
We could rob the Lions. They don't even have a second round pick. They'll do anything for this 16th pick.
So what do you want to get? What do you want to get?
Give them 16. No, they should. Yeah, give them 16 for the 2023 first round.
Theirs, right? Or because they got LA too.
Yeah, theirs because the LA one going to be a low pick.
Yeah.
Take the 34 from them. And no, take 32. Yeah, take 32 and 66.
Dang.
Offer the trade. See what we got. They accepted it. I told you they'd give it up. So look at all that capital that you just acquired. You know what I mean? So they pick 16. We still got 19, 32, 51, 66. Let's run it. Resume it.
Here we go. Who they take?
Yeah, who did they take?
They took Drake London. They came up to get
that
Drake
makes
London.
sense. They don't have no wide receivers. So they definitely, that's a move that Lions will really make. They really can't stretch the field.
Oh, see, but low key, and David Ajobu was not on the board the first. He was there this time.
Oh,
he wasn't on there last time. So, we started over. So let's not really count it. You know what I mean?
No, we should have looked. That's a Howie screw up.
Hey, we are drafting like the Eagles.
But I think we still good. We got a lot of capital this year. We definitely still good. So right now at 19, Alam is still there. I didn't think that was going to happen, but he's still there at 19.
Yeah. I like him a little bit more. Right. Like I said, I don't know Trent McDuffie as well.
Right.
I actually started looking at him after I seen you do your thing, to be honest. But I think Alam is good. I think he's a prototypical type corner that you want on the outside. The chat is saying, hold on, let me see what the chat is saying. I can't see the chat when I'm on there.
Yeah. I think that's why I'd be timing out.
Superhero said, get the cornerback from Florida. Mm-hmm. Some people want Jameson Williams. Mir said, get Treylon Burks. He's a Debo type. He's a big dude, at least.
He's a wide receiver?
Yeah, Treylon Burks is the Arkansas wide receiver.
I don't even see him up there. Where's he at?
He's probably a little lower. Maybe let's see if we got picked. Let's go to wide receivers real quick.
Nah, he didn't get picked.
Nah, Burks is still there.
Yeah, he didn't get picked.
I would go. Huh? Alam?
I would go with Alam.
That's what I like.
That's what I would do.
Chad, let us know real quick. Who y'all like?
Wait for them. That joint going timeout.
Nah, it didn't though. It's just that you can't see us do the drop down screen. That's how we know that now. So we're gonna go. Khair Alam, drafting him out of Florida. Here it goes. Eagles pick at 32.
All that capital. Still had 3 first-round picks.
And right now, first thing I'm looking at is the safety out of Georgia or the pass rusher out of Penn State. That's the first thing that catches my mind. Arnold Abakaiti.
Dude is okay.
I like them too. Right now, what do y'all think?
Dude is really good.
Defense looking legit with Devin Lloyd, Khair Alam, We got a first round pick for next year, the Lions. So when they're picking top 8 or top 10, we got that pick, and now we're picking at 32. I like we could use a safety because of Harris and McLeod and Wallace, but we got to get a pass rusher too.
You got to. You got to. You got to. I think you got to right now. You got 2 looking at you right now. The dude from Penn State and Drake Jackson.
Oh yeah, Drake is looking at us too. So just let the chat know we got Bernard Raymond, tackle out of Central Michigan, Desmond Ryder, quarterback out of Cincinnati, Lewis Sign out of Georgia, safety, Arnold Ebiketie, edge rusher out of Penn State, Drake Jackson, edge rusher out of USC, Daxton Hill, cornerback out of Michigan, Leo Chanel, linebacker out of Wisconsin, Devontae Watt, the inside defensive tackle, from
Cameron
Georgia.
Thomas down there.
I like Jaquan Brisker too, but not better than Lewis. So chat, let us know.
You know what? This is tough.
I would go edge rusher just because I think you could. I don't know.
This is tough, but that dude Lewis, man, you talking about a championship pedigree, just won the national title. You talking about a pedigree that you're building. You're building a culture. That's a culture drafting move right there.
Oh wait, Jermaine Johnson is still there too. Pro Football Focus got him ranked at 42, so he's a little lower. So we got, again, if you're going safety, you got Jaquan Brisker and Lewis Sign. You got edge rushers in Arnold Ebiketie, Drake Jackson, and Jeremiah Jermaine Johnson II, who again, he did a lot at FSU.
I think he's the pick. There's nothing wrong with getting a guy at 32 who's ranked 42. That really don't matter. If you like him, you like him.
And right now, they're ranking them again. You don't know where Pro Football Focus changes them to closer to April, right? The combine comes out, a lot of things. So go ahead, chat. Let us see what you're all looking at.
But I think this is a realistic spot for him in real life, though. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. The very end, the last guy in the first round, I think that suits him. You know what I mean? He's good, but people not gonna give him that praise yet.
So I think if we had to narrow down to 3 would be, I would look at Lewis Sign, Arnold Ebiketie, and Jermaine Johnson II. So that's what I would narrow it down to. So let us know, chat. Them 3. If we're gonna go, let's make it easier. The 2 defensive ends, Ebiketie or Jermaine Johnson.
Yeah, because our next pick ain't till 51.
Who's Walker?
He an edge rusher.
I'm not sure. They're just saying Walker in the chat. I wanted to see what he is, who he is. Kenneth Walker III, running back.
No,
we can't go running back this early. Not in the first round. I can't. Jermaine Johnson.
Is still technically the first round.
Yeah. Listen, Philly Fresh loves Penn State, and he talked to me about him.
What you got?
Okay, Cameron said no, not him. So I don't know which Walker. Let us know what Walker you're talking about. But I think we go Jermaine Johnson here. You're getting him at 32. There's a lot of upside on this guy. Forget Pro Football Focus. He can play inside, outside, stand up, in a 3 tech. I mean, hand to the ground. He can do a lot of things. So y'all ready to go?
Johnson. Yeah, Jermaine Johnson.
In 3, 2, 1.
The pick is
Jermaine Johnson.
Then we right back at it at 51. It's gonna be a sleeper here at 51. Got to be.
Whew. Now let's look at the linebacker. Oh no, we did got the linebacker. I just see linebacker come up. So let's see who's picked a little bit in front of us. Dang, man, 47. Lewis Sign, Georgia safety went right there.
Almost.
Let's look. There's your boy Sky Moore. Hey yo, real talk though, Chad Mama out of Wyoming. If somehow Howie does Howie and we don't go linebacker early, like we don't get into Kobe Dean or Devin Lloyd, I'm looking at him, second, third-ish round. If he's still there, definitely looking at him.
It's a lot of talent still left on the board. This is what I was talking about, man. It is a lot of talent still left on this board.
So to read it to the chat, Chanel channel, linebacker to Wisconsin, Devontae Wyatt, D tackle Daniel Foley, and sorry, I'm the horrible at names.
Yeah, tackle.
Tackle out of Minnesota, Sky Moore, a wide receiver out of Western Michigan, Chad Mumma, linebacker out of Wyoming, linebacker
I
Brian.
ain't gonna lie. I already know what I'm gonna do.
Who you got?
I'm going Chad, bro. I'm going Chad, bro.
Back-to-back linebackers.
Bro, Chad and Devin Lloyd. You know what I'm saying? You got Devin Lloyd, you got Chad, you got Alam, and you just got Jermaine Johnson. You just went crazy.
You did go
You just
crazy.
went crazy.
You got defensive end, linebacker, cornerback, and then you can get your second linebacker. And then everybody on our team is all depth pieces. When it comes to the linebacker position, not everybody. You might have to play one of them. TJ Edwards, blah blah blah. But
you could revitalize this whole linebacking core with a draft like this.
Dang, look. So the board right now goes, it's a lot of linebackers, defensive tackles, linebackers, edge rusher, cornerback. So it's still defensive heavy. I don't know.
I'm going Chad.
What are y'all thinking, Chad? How we double dipping on the linebacker position?
I mean,
I want a safety too. Safety it's just calling me because,
like you would be reaching right here though.
Yeah,
it's not even one on the board.
Yeah, correct. You're right.
See the safeties that's available right now.
There is none in the top 15 that are available according to PFF. Here's my thing though. We're doing this now in February. Come March, right? March 25th. March 16th is free agency, right? If we end up going out there and getting a Jesse Bates, I think it is, from the Bengals, who's a free agent, or we get a Marcus Williams, I'm falling back on safety. But if we go past free agency, the opening of free agency with no safeties, and then you start hearing rumors that Ronnie McLeod's not getting signed back, I'm panicking. At that point, we're not panicking. Then I'm looking at the draft as safety just bumped itself up as a need.
Yeah, I mean,
I still want to go BPA though, because that's one thing the Eagles did in 2021. They went more BPA than drafting for need, and we all like the 2021 draft, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
So let's just see what safety is on the board. Kirby Joseph out of Illinois.
I like him. At 51, though, nah. I like Kirby Joseph. He's made it to a couple of my mocks.
All right. So let's go back to let's see what the chat wants one more time. LB's willing to go. Hey, his name ain't LB for no reason. He's really ready to go back to back.
Yeah, LBs. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. Chad, and then you can leave it alone from there.
Yeah. So some people are saying Wyatt and wide receiver, right? Let's look at it again. Wyatt is Georgia D tackle. That's something we gotta look at too. Fletch is on his way out.
That's a good pick. But Fletch is on his way out. But Milton Williams shown flashes. He was a rookie
inside and outside. I think he's better outside though. So I think he can help us out. See, they put him inside because they put him in. He was an outside guy. They put him inside. He had success there. Again, he's playing smaller schools, smaller players. But I think, I got to look at it. He only had 2 sacks on the season, but I believe they both came from being on the outside.
You know what? Actually, I will go Wyatt. If you're talking about going best player available, this is a good opportunity. He's the top 2 guy available. I think I will go Wyatt right here. Honestly, dude was supposed to be high second round.
And this is
at the
high.
Very, that's a slip down. If Wyatt is right here at 51, that's a gem you can't let go past.
Yeah, and once again, the defensive line. Yes, we got the pass rushers on the outside, but remember, for the last 10 years, part of the reason the pass rushers were eaten is because that inside guy, Fletch, and whoever we paired him with. Hargrave still got some time. We might have to go Wyatt out of Georgia. And Georgia, I mean, you could line them up on Georgia this year. That's why they were national champions. They're just different this year on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. So yeah, I think that's a good move for us. You
still
got what that 66 we just got.
Say it again.
Yeah, we're 66 pick.
Yeah, that's only like 15 away.
Yeah.
Here we go. Devontae Wyatt out of Georgia. Bang. Let's see what the chat is saying. I got to figure out a way to see both.
And look at that. You at 66. Look what's up there. Muma's still there.
Muma's still there.
Leo
66.
Chanel's still there.
Mir Slat said Wyatt has a motor. That's what you want from a D tackle, right? Too, because D tackles are in the mud, right? They're the ones in the mud, and they got to keep them legs moving, right? When a running back's trying to move the pile, the main guy not letting the pile move is the D tackle. You need to have a guy with a high motor there, and Fletcher's been it for so long. It's just the motors ran out. Got to get
This is crazy. The amount of talent that's still left in this draft is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because you could double dip at linebacker or you could double dip at edge, which you really probably should be double dipping at edge.
Yeah. And that's why I don't hate, I love mock drafts, but it's hard to do. Like, free agent signings can change how you feel. I agree. Safety's a need. 2 edge rushers are a need. But if you get 1 or 2 of them, and that's where the complexion change. But just for the people who love John Mechie III, he went 2 picks ahead of us at 64 to the Denver Broncos, which I don't understand. They got wide receivers for days.
Yeah.
And they continue to build. I think the NFL is moving that way. Like, you see teams with stacked wide receivers still grab wide receivers. If it's
because you're only as good as your third wide receiver. Like, that's starting to become true.
Don't say that to us.
I mean, it ain't our thing, but that's what it. Think about all the teams that have been in the playoffs. So talk about this. Everybody had a good 3 wide receivers except the Philadelphia Eagles. Think about it. The Bills wide receiver had 200 receiving yards in the playoff game. He was a 4th string wide receiver. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude's got firepower.
So I agree. And if it's a passing league, the next best thing, passing leagues, you require 2 things. First, your quarterback to pass it. Well, first, your offensive line to block for your quarterback, then your quarterback, and then the guys who catch the ball. But here we go. Leo from Wisconsin, linebacker. We got Chad Mumma still up there. We got Sky Moore, if you do want to dip into the wide receiver position, because Jalen Tolbert, another wide receiver out of South Alabama. Kirby Joseph, safety out of Illinois. Yeah, man. It's
Channing Tindall down there from Georgia. Dude is good, bruh.
Played alongside him, Nakobe Dean.
Right, he's really, really good. He don't get enough credit, for real. I'm going. This is.
Today's dude. Looking at the teams that are in the playoffs, they all got four good receivers, pretty much.
Yeah, think about it. That's what you was thinking about that whole time.
No, I was just.
Think about dog. If you think about it, we were the weakest. Then probably the Raiders. But the Raiders still got Henry Renfrow, you know what I mean? And they still got
Hunter,
some other dudes who are capable. Yeah, Hunter, yeah.
So, chat, if it's up to you guys, right now as we sit at pick number 66, remember, we got Devin Lloyd, linebacker. Then we end up trading 16. That's what got us a first-round pick next year. And remember, this is not no regular first-round pick. It's the Detroit Lions. That is an organization that lives in the top 10. So you got that pick for next year in case Jalen Hurts don't pan out. Then we went and got who do we get?
We got Alam after that.
Alam Johnson out of FSU.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then we went and got Wyatt, defensive tackle out of Georgia, and this is where we sit now. So it's all defense so far. Linebacker, cornerback, pass rusher, inside defensive tackle.
It's a lot of stuff up here, but I think if the draft really panned out like this, you got to be responsible. I think you got to take Kirby. You got to take the safety. He's a little far down. I don't think we pick again until what? I don't even know.
We pick at 83.
You probably could. Kirby might be there at 83.
He might. See, a lot of people are saying wide receiver. Let me ask the people that say wide receiver. If you went wide receiver, who would you go? Let's pull it up real quick. Wide receiver, Sky Moore being the top one on the list. Jalen Tolbert, Romeo Dobbs, Wayne Dale Robinson, Alex Pierce. That's getting a little farther down. Just let you know them guys.
No, them dudes cheeks.
It's a bunch of Jalen Ragers.
Sky Moore is the best
Nah.
guy. Sky Moore is the best guy on his list right now.
But no, real talk though, Jalen Tolbert is a guy I wouldn't draft now, but he'd be a guy I look at like in the fourth-ish. Fourth-ish.
No, we ain't gonna wide receiver out of this group. We're not gonna let them talk us in the.
Nah, this is heavy defense though. Yeah, I like it. I like it.
You gotta if you at this point, honestly, you just gotta play free agency. Unless you want to take a chance on Sky Moore, he'll definitely help you in a punt return game. He could definitely be a really, really, really good slot receiver. He's going to run in the 4.2s. So I'm not mad at Sky Moore. That's why I drafted him before on one of my mocks.
There's there's still a couple of tackle. Well, you don't really need a tackle, but there's some offensive line help if you want to look here.
I think Kirby's the responsible pick, but Chad Muma, Tyndall. I would take Nick Bonito, Oklahoma, the edge. It's like 5 guys I would pick right here, and that would be okay. I don't even know the dude from Wisconsin, Leo Chanel, and he's supposed to be 37th down at 66. I might take him.
Yeah. You got this guy, though, Memphis guard. Like, this will be this or in between this round, next couple rounds is when you want to get a solid offensive lineman, too, just because – Brandon Brooks is gone. He didn't play. We understand that. You're getting Sam Malu back, but you're not 100% sure about Kelsey. And that's why it plays big that we will have so many answers filled by the time draft comes or when we're doing these mock drafts in the end of March, early April. When we got 2 weeks to draft time and we sitting here on Go Talk doing this, we know where we stand with guys on our team and in free agency.
No, yeah, I agree. You know where you stand, and so if I'm looking at it like this, me personally, I know where I stand with the safety position. Anthony Harris is a little up there in age. So is McLeod. He's had some knee issues, and Kayvon Wallace hasn't panned out. I think you got to take Kirby right here, or I would double dip at edge and pray Kirby's still there.
Yeah, I might go Nick Bonatio.
Yeah.
Bonatio.
That's a great pick right now.
Let us know in the chat real quick before we pick it. Safety Kirby, Joseph, or Nick Bonito.
It's a great pick.
We got a lot of Bonito in the chat. Who's Mafe? Someone said they want him.
He ain't up there.
He went home.
Right.
Shout out to Lit City Lambo. Appreciate you.
Bonito
couple more
Mafe.
A couple more people said Mafe, but I think Bonito is the
I don't see him though. Who is Mafe?
That's what I'm saying. I want to know the first name. Let us know the first name. They do got the cornerback Jalen out of Baylor, Jalen Pitre or whatever. I do like the safety though. I'm just gonna be sad if he's not there.
Yeah, I think he'll be there. I think a lot of people will be there, actually. I think if you reach for the safety, a lot of linebackers, you know what? I would get the safety. It's a lot of edge rushers left, a lot of linebackers left. It's a lot of linebackers that's great at blitzing that's left.
Yeah. I just seeing Mama still there is like,
yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot still here.
Yeah, let's just see. Let's look at the edges still. Yeah, they're still there.
No,
Mafe's still here. That's who they want. Mafe's still here. We can get Mafe in the next round, according to this one. So let's go ahead and look at linebacker real quick. See who's left there.
It's a lot. There's a lot of meat on them bones and linebacker.
And the ball.
My boy JoJo Damon out there somewhere too. I think they go to cornerback. I think they got JoJo at cornerback, bro. That's how fast he is at the line. He up there somewhere. Yep, right there. It's a lot of meat on them bones out there.
Hey, but listen though. Last time we drafted a secondary person and put him at linebacker, you know who that was, right?
Who was it? I'm drawing a blank.
Nebraska safety Nathan Gary. Nate. He was a safety. He put linebacker in. Oh boy, did we have trouble with that man. All right, so we're gonna go safety.
That's crazy. And JoJo Damon is from Nebraska.
Nah, he
Is
is.
he? I think he is from Nebraska.
I gotta see real quick before we pick.
Go to cornerback. Is yep, he's from Nebraska. Yeah,
I'm dead. Now I can't do it. LB, I'm sorry. He's like,
you.
Nah, you can't live in the past like that. So we're gonna go Kirby Joseph, safety out of Illinois.
I think that's the good pick.
Shout out to everybody. And it's hard. We can't, when we got like 250 in the chat, it's hard to please everybody. But listen, I don't know if we'll do this on one of his episodes.
Sky Moore is still there. Yeah, we're gonna do it again on mine.
Yeah, but also what I did last year in the offseason, I did one of these where, I heard the people, but I made it more my draft, right? So I listened to what they say, but I picked my own draft because I wanted them to compare them. Then the following week, I did it where I didn't say nothing. I read all the names to the people in the chat. And again, you can't just go off one person in the chat, but I went majority rules, try to count, okay, and I made it just a chat, and we seen who was better. And I do think the chat beat me though last year. I'm not even sure. All right, so the Eagles are up. This draft is heavy defense. As you said, Sky
there. That's crazy.
You're like, dang, why they making my guy look bad?
Right.
All right, so we're on the clock at 83. We went safety, linebacker, inside, safety, linebacker, defensive tackle, defensive end, cornerback.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's like every position on defense.
Yeah. I mean, the Sky Moore, does he do something for you?
I gotta look more into him. Let's see what it says when it says show more.
But that he's the 43 ranked guy. I don't understand why he's dropping like that. He didn't play a lot of competition, I will say that.
All right. Let's look at so this is the
there's
overall
board
board again.
Want to trade for this pick too.
Yeah, there's three people that says a trade.
For this. Yeah.
See, and this is where some trades make sense too. You know what I mean? But sometimes you can get into the trading game on these things and just be doing this forever. But running back,
Tyndall's still there, bro.
So yeah, I'm liking, just to my eye though, I like this cornerback out of Baylor.
That would be a steal. That's a steal right there.
You got your boy Channing Tenneball still there. I could also look at offensive lineman to see if there's anyone. The guard still Dylan. Parham is still
there. Have you heard of him?
Huh?
Oh, you just want to replace guard at some point.
Well, no, I'm just saying you get a guard normally, not all the time, but they can move around, especially under Stoutland. I just think you just can always use some offensive line depth.
Yeah, I agree.
And we're at the
what centers are available?
This would be
a great pick for a center.
But as you said, this also could be where this pick or next pick is where we look at running back. If we're really not going to pay Miles Sanders anything, and Jordan Howard leaves us just because of maybe the coaching staff is like he's getting beat up too much, then next thing you know,
they're gonna have a small ass backfield. They're just gonna bring Huntley up. I already know what they're gonna do. That's why they've been trying to give him a little. They elevated him to the roster in the playoffs. They try to give him more game time. They're gonna bring him up next year.
Shout out to my guy iShine 101 with the $10 super chat. He said, "Yo, my guys, FY Jalen Peretti is a safety listed as a corner on here, so you're probably not as well. Normally, safeties that are listed as corners can normally fill that slot position. That big nickel.
Yeah.
I like Maddox there. He just got the bag. Not saying you can't have him on the opposite side because as this is a passing league, you got to get some. I don't know what JG's going to do, but you got to have dime packages. You got to have you got to have packages where 4 corners are on the field. 4. 3 safety packages. You're going to have some of them in your bag. So there's a lot of people here, to be honest. Shout out to my guy Philly Fresh in the building. Said, "Yo, that 200 watch and only 100 likes. Come on."
Facts.
Hit that like button. LB, off the grip though, where would you go? And chat off the grip. Let us know what you're trying to do.
Me right here, I would go get that linebacker, bro.
Which one?
$10.
Where'd he go? Oh, right there at 82. That's what you would do? Pair him next to Devin Lloyd? Shout out to Rashid F with the $4.99 super chase. And NFL reporter Albert Breer just reported Eagles will trade for Russell Wilson. That can't be true.
That's cap.
Because first of all, I would have got the dun-na-na, dun-na-na.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the chat knows. The chat
would have told us.
Over it. Hell yeah. Like, remember when you were doing the stream, like they knew that we were trading the Cowboys pick before we knew.
Right. I was like, what? With the Cowboys?
It's crazy. That's cap. Shout out for the donation though, for the cap. Must be a Cowboy fan. Oh, my face still there too. Let's see what that's the guy they were talking about last draft. Not last draft, last round. Is he still there? So you would go Tinderball. I look at that offensive lineman. Kyron Williams, running back out of Notre Dame. Don't really know too much about him. Mafe, the defensive end for Minnesota, he's low, but it's an edge. We didn't go edge though. We didn't double dip in the edge. It's
a guy higher than him though, right?
And
or is he the only edge?
D tackle.
Yeah, that dude, Josh Pascal.
From Kentucky.
I think he's actually good. I heard of him.
Lit City, and a couple people been on that Mafe guy. So these are guys that I'm gonna look and see. And shout out to y'all, because what y'all do by DMing me on Twitter and in this thing is you put guys in my head and I go look. And if I look at a boy Mafe and I like him and he's really a 4th round pick, then that's where you get steals. That's where the Quez Watkins come from. That's where the Milton Williams, even though he was a 3rd, somebody said he could have been a 4th, blah blah blah. But you got to get these guys that I don't really know because I don't do it. But
we can go. We could take their pick. Let's take a Mafe. Double dip at edge. I like it. I like it right here.
As soon as and then the chat is going out of the what's that guy? The Baylor corner and Jalen Petrie, the one that iShine said is a safety.
But we already drafted a corner and a safety already.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I definitely think I'd rather go defensive end at this point, just because you can never have too many secondary pieces. But I low-key think Nelson's coming back. We'll see. iShine said he's going to get picked up in the 3rd. Kevo likes him as well. Let's go defensive end.
Amafi.
People saying his stock is going to be rising. He is 2nd to Josh Pascal.
Grab him.
This is going to be for y'all. Lit City. Peter Riley, pick Sky Moore. You got some Sky Moore love in the chat. So we ready to pick Mafe?
Yeah, run it.
Run it. Here we go. Minnesota.
This draft is very sturdy too. I ain't gonna lie, that's a good draft so far.
I'm like, can we slip in an offensive player? Say, nah, just get it. All right, so now it's the 121st pick. Now is when
that's crazy. Pascal's still down there.
Hey,
but I would definitely pick somebody for the offense. That guard from Memphis is still there.
Still there.
That's crazy.
I would either go the guard from Memphis, Dylan Parham, or this is where I would look to get a running back. Now, see what I would do. I'm not going to sit here in front and act like I know who Damian Pierce is, but this is when this is my first. I normally touch the mock draft simulator a couple times before I come on here, but with free agency, I've been looking into that a lot. I haven't. And again, this is February. I don't normally do this till about March, but everybody's doing it and I'm getting a little jealous. So I wanted to do it, but I'm doing my first one here. So now when I see this, I look at a guy like Damian Pierce on my own. Like I be looking the mock drafts along with the people in the chat and all the other content creators have me looking at people that I want to look at. Like now I might look at a Dylan Parham harder and see what he is and say, hey, this is my guy. If we're here at 120 in real life and he's here, I'm on it. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
It says we have 5 people that want this pick. That's how you know it's still Stills left.
They want Dylan.
5 people want this pick right here. Yeah, they want one of those offensive linemen. Somebody does. And you still got Pascal out there. It's a lot of people left on the board right now.
So yeah, so we got a Memphis guard, we got a tackle from Arizona State, Kellen Daesh, Marcus Jones, cornerback out of Houston, Pascal, edge rusher, Damian Pierce, running back out of Florida, JoJo Damon, cornerback, aka Nebraska's own Nathan Garrett. Like, let me stop. We got the guard out of Oklahoma, Marquise Hayes, running back out of BYU, Tyler
Allegier. It said, listen, we don't even got to go no further, man. The value pick is right there. We're at 121 due to 67th rank. That's a value pick right there. It's like that's the epitome of best player available. I think you got to go. If you might as well just go guard. Why not? Like you said, Brooks is gone. Even though Duke could step in and probably be better than Herbig day one. Little do we know.
Yeah. So the true center, the best when they don't just give you an option to pick center. You got to pick inside lineman. So there's a bunch of guards. The first true center is Jarrett Patterson out of Notre Dame. Then you got Alec Linderstorm out of Boston College. And then Doug Kramer out of Illinois.
I'm going guard right here. And then if I really need a center, I'll take care of that next year in next year's draft. Because Kelsey is coming back.
I firmly believe he's coming back. But just to get the people in the running back room, Dylan. Oh, no. What am I doing? Let me get the inside. Let's go running back real quick just to see. And then I like the offensive guard. But you got Damian Pierce out of Florida, Tyler Allegier out of BYU, Jerome Ford out of Cincinnati, James Cook. There you go. You got Dalvin Cook's young brother. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? Not now. I'm talking about later, right. later. Maybe. Because the chat wants a running back here, and we are where? We're round 4, pick 121. We did get Kenneth Gainwell in the 5th round, so this will be a round up than last year. James Cook, not now. What are y'all thinking? I would go offensive guard. Now the chat's saying running back. Where you at, LB?
I'm guard. I'm guard with it. I just don't think you should get a running back when you have Gainwell. You still got Miles Sanders. Those two are going to be there. Teams only really carry 3 running backs. Boston Scott is going to be there. You know what I mean? I know those are all small backs. And then you still got the other kid that you just brought up. What is his name? Hunter?
Huntley.
Jason Huntley, and you still got Huntley. I know they all small, like scat back kind of guys, but actually Kenneth Gainwell shown that he can run with some power behind, the offensive line. So I'm not going running back here. I'm going guard. I'm beefing up what got us into the playoffs with this great steal of a pick right here.
Yeah, and we still had some injuries. Brandon Brooks went down.
Right.
Sam Malu went down. Lane had some problems throughout the year. Herbig got hurt. Driscoll got, banged up. So we had some. So it's always good to get some rotational pieces in there. Look, I agree. Miles Sanders is going to be here now, but I'm thinking if we're really looking to not sign Miles Sanders, it'd be smart to get a running back. But again, I would want a bigger style running back because we do got all these scat backs that go behind them. And whether he's good enough to beat them or not, you still got that type bruiser or contact balance running back in the building. But we're going to go guard out of Memphis, Dylan Parham. Welcome to the Philadelphia Eagles. And now it's a long one, 152. Back on the board.
I'll take Dalvin Cook, little brother, right here.
There you go. You know what I mean? I got the phone. Somebody told me, a little bird whispered in my ear for the James Cook lovers.
Right. I'll take Dalvin Cook, little brother, right here.
Yeah, so best available will be the court. Hey, shout out to Gate City. I did catch one of his live streams because he goes live at 9 o'clock. And that's when I'm first getting on my first break at work. And he was talking about Bailey Zappa, a Western Kentucky quarterback, saying, definitely a project. But he could, and he again when he does his quarterback breakdowns, it's not to say he wants them. Like people were all on him, like, you really think Malik Willis should be our quarterback? No,
Right, yeah.
he's just he played quarterback. He scouts quarterbacks and he likes to break them down and say maybe other teams can use them and blah blah blah. And he does comparisons, but he was just talking about this guy who I have never seen play, really.
Yeah.
But just to let people know, you got the Brian Cook safety out of Cincinnati. We drafted one. You got Rashid White, Arizona State running back. Pierre Strong, South Dakota running back. You got a tight end, Derek Deese Jr. I don't know where you stand with if you think Jack Stahl's a piece. I know Tyree Jackson hurt his Achilles,
at some point you need another tight end at some point.
But I'm liking James Cook right here.
I'm liking James Cook right here too.
Chat, let us know. We gonna finish this one up.
I think that's a no-brainer, James Cook.
James Cook, Dalvin's little brother, Georgia Bulldog. You know who else was a Georgia Bulldog that I always wanted to give a try to?
Oh,
Elijah Holyfield.
Oh yeah. Why don't we use our big body backs the way we're supposed to?
Yeah, I wanted to try him, but we never really gave him the time. Here we go again at 160 on the board.
Right here, I'm either going Zappa or I'm going tight end.
Ooh, Zappa. Here's a center, Jarrett Patterson. Again, we just got that guard, but low key, I want to look at Jarrett Patterson off this mock draft and see what he's about, being there late with knowing that we got Stoutland over here. Because Kelsey was a late round pick too, if I'm not mistaken, like 6.
He was, yeah, he definitely was.
Hall of Famer.
So right here, honestly, to me, I mean, this is an important pick. You want to make sure you get a strong depth guy or somebody that can surprise you, but you can't go wrong with what's on the board.
Yeah. And look, it's funny though, because look how many running backs are on the board. If you look at the top 15 that PFF is saying, this is where a lot of these running backs might get picked up. Not the top guys, but the second tier, third tier guys that can still fill in. So we just got our running back a pick before there's a bunch of them that might come off the board. But I agree. You can always go tight end here. I mean, we keep bringing Richard Rodgers back. I like Jack Stahl. I do like Jack Stahl as a number 2. I wanted to see Tyree Jackson take that number 2 spot and have Jack Stahl third. As
he had a lot of injuries though.
Yeah, he keeps getting hit.
And this one ain't going to do him no much better. This is an ACL, right?
And he's a big dude. Like, one thing is if you get an ACL and you're smaller, but he's 6'6". He's a big kid.
Yeah, so I would go tight end right here.
All right.
Dallas Goedert don't be playing every game every season either. So
yeah, that's the one knock on Dallas Goedert too. Hopefully he doesn't get punched in the face in the offseason.
Right.
I like Dallas Goedert though. Again, he got to just shore up the little things by not dropping the gimmies. But he got a good catch.
Yeah, I'm not even really mad at the drops. I just don't want people to act like they don't exist because it happens. You know what I mean? He drops passes. My thing about Dallas Goedert is only him. And if he goes down for a game, I mean, nobody else is as dynamic as him. He's literally probably the second biggest threat we have in the passing game.
Yeah, it definitely goes Smith and him. And even at times you can even say Goddard over Smith, not saying the potential, like Smith's going to be that dude.
Yeah.
But being his first year last year, it was probably Goddard, and you've seen Jalen grow that connection with him. So people in the chat are saying Brian Robinson. I'm not sure who that is, but I think I agree with LB. We could go Derek Deese Jr., tight end out of San Jose State. Lit City said Hassan Hoskins, but that's a running back. We just went James Cook. If we didn't go Cook, we could have been on that. So here we go. Hassan Hoskins still there. We at pick 164. The Eagles got a lot of late picks.
Yeah, a lot of late picks.
We went running back already. You got some more edge rushers. You got the quarterback, Bailey Zapp.
He's probably the last quarterback on the board. He got to be.
He's over there looking like who was that guy that we drafted? Thornton. I forgot his name.
I would start looking at filling in some depth right here, man. I'm just looking for like a strong tackler or something, somebody who does something really well, like one thing really good at this point in the draft. That center is there, that Notre Dame center that you were talking about. You got a Texas A&M edge rusher out there.
Yeah. And that's one thing I want to look at too. We just took the tight end from San Jose State, but some of the people in the chat were saying, look at Jake Ferguson, who's still there because we just picked only a couple picks ago.
Yeah,
That is the tight end out of Wisconsin. So as I dive deeper in the later picks, if I'm really considering a later tight end, I'm gonna do my due diligence on the guy we just drafted versus Jake Ferguson, just on some GP stuff because you learn as you go. I watch college football to a degree, but not intensely like some of the people in the chat. And then I do spend a lot of time doing what I got to do to prepare myself to talk about what I'm talking about. And that's why
I would
like
take that quarterback. I would take the quarterback because you don't know what's going to happen with Minshew. He's the highest rated guy left, the quarterback at the top. You don't know what's going to happen with Minshew there. Minshew might go somewhere and get a deal to be a backup for a team that he could potentially start for. He could be traded. You know what I mean? Then you're going to be looking at finding a replacement anyway, somebody off the waiver. You know, Howie's cheap. Howie always looking for a dude that didn't clear waivers or something like that around that time. So, but you need a camp arm too. You don't want Jalen. You don't know what Jalen's recovery is going to be either.
True that.
So I would think
surgery.
I think I would go quarterback right here. Dude probably ain't gonna make the team, but.
Yeah, so some people were saying try to look for a cornerback here. Jarrett Patterson, the center out of Notre Dame, was talked about. But when in doubt, Howie.
Cornerback's not bad here.
Nah, definitely not. It definitely didn't show the competition. And you don't know what will happen. Again, I do think Howie likes having Minshew on the roster if we don't do anything different because he's that safety blanket in case Hurts goes down for a game or two. But with him nagging to get back in and stuff all the time and, an injury here or there for a team in the NFL, we sold Bradford for a first-round pick. I don't say that's going to happen with Minshew, but someone offers a third because they're desperate, we taking it.
Yeah, I agree.
So shout out to Gate City. We going to take quarterback. Bailey.
I think that was our last pick, right?
Probably is, man. We deep. Yeah, we got one in the 200s. 204. And there's the boy. There's the replacement for Jason Kelsey. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. You know what I mean?
It's two centers up there.
Yeah. Doug Kramer or Jarrett Patterson. Edge rusher Isaiah Thomas.
Kramer just sounds like more of a center. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think I would go Kramer.
500 says it right. He's like, you could just say a name and you know if he's good. He's all like Devontae Smith, good. Jalen Rager, it just doesn't sound good. Oh man! All right, chat. Let us know. It's the last pick. What are we doing? Are we gonna go defensive end Isaiah Thomas, center Doug Kramer, center Jarrett Patterson? Cornerback D'Kobe Durant. Let us know.
South Carolina State. I'd probably draft a cornerback right here.
Oh, we could try to pick a wide receiver. Like we could try to find.
Dude,
our
it's still people.
Watkins.
It's people trying to trade. Oh, say zero trades. I'm like, what? People want this pick too?
We could try to find our quote. There's 4 wide receivers left. Our 5 wide receivers. Oh man.
Nah, we can't pick none of them dudes.
Chad says Kramer's a Hall of Famer. We can feel it.
Kramer it is.
Kramer it is. Center. Let's go to all. Doug Kramer.
Right. It just sounds right. I'm gonna keep my eye on him for the rest of his career. I want to see where Doug Kramer ends up. Something's about that pick.
Yeah, my goodness. Shout out to the chat though. Like I said, I really am doing my due diligence on most of the top 3 rounds. So I'm definitely behind the 8 ball on like 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, or any of the steals after the 4th round. That is what I definitely got to use the chat and just start diving in. There's nothing else to really talk about. Well, I still talk Eagles news and rumors and stuff like that, but my free time is going to be Sixers and draft. That's what I'm going to be hitting hard. Time to hit the books.
Yo, you gotta. Can you send this to me?
Yeah, I don't know how I can do it though. I never used the Pro Football Focus one. I'm always Pro Football Network. I don't know why I click on that one, but you got to be able to put the full results up. No, your results.
It usually has some shit.
Copy image.
Oh, it says
image.
copy. Yeah.
All right, I got it. But let's go over real quick. So first round, 15th overall, we took Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah, which was rated number 11th. We took him at 15th. 19th, we take Khair Alam, cornerback out of Florida. Then we trade the Lions, our 16th overall pick. We take first.
So we traded them our 16th pick.
Yeah, before
we get
Khair.
their 32nd pick, and we get a first round pick for 2023, and we get their 66th pick for this year,
which was our safety.
Right.
So there we go. So we get a first round next year. Like he said, the Lions live in the first round, live in the top 10.
Exactly.
So we then pick at 32nd with their pick, Jermaine Johnson II out of Florida State. 51 pick overall, which is ours. We take Georgia defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt. With the 66 overall pick, which was Lions, we get Kirby Joseph. So yes, we give the 16 pick up, but we end up getting Jermaine Johnson and Kirby Joseph. Thankful to the because of the Lions, and we got that top 10 pick waiting for us next year. Then we go in the third round, 83, Boy Mafe, edge rusher out of Minnesota. I'm definitely gonna look into him as a guy who y'all say are going up the ranks. Fourth round is Dylan Parham, guard out of Memphis.
That's what I'm looking up.
Fifth round, James Cook, 152, James Cook, Dalvin Cook's little brother. Then we go Derek Deese Jr., tight end. I really want to see who's better, Derek Deese Jr. or Jake Ferguson. I'm going to look him up too. We go Gate City's project quarterback, Bailey Zapp, Western Kentucky. And then we got Doug Kramer, the Hall of Fame center out of Illinois.
That's a fire draft.
He probably
can't go wrong with that. That's a good draft.
I'm with it. Again, this is listen. Normally, if the people who follow me on Twitter, y'all would have seen me post up. I have not done no mock drafts, not even for fun yet. I haven't did it since last year. Now I'm gonna be tinkering with it all through the week. I'm on break. I'm gonna be tinkering and stuff.
I do like one a week.
Yeah, man, I got to get into it. And then, and that's the thing. When I see who's around there, like I'll study more of the guys who are, who I don't know their name, right? I know the Devin Lloyds. I did see Kirby Joseph. I know Jermaine Johnson. I've seen them, and I'm still doing more work on them to see more of their deficiencies that they got to correct from college to the NFL. But Eagles Linda said Bailey Zapp is a CFL quarterback. That's a wasted pick. He should be a undrafted free agent. Clayton Thorson vibes from. Hey, we talked about that, but yo, he was our second to last pick.
He's a 164, bro. It's a wasted pick. Did you see who was available when we picked him? Did you give us a better suggestion? There was nobody there.
And listen, you're right though. Like, think about it. We wanted players that we would have said we would take in the 7th round, right? But we end up getting them in UDFA, but we can't do UDFA on this thing too. So just think of our last 2 picks as undrafted free agents. Yeah, I mean,
no, but for real, I think every pick on this list has value. If you go all the way down to James Cook, every pick is basically a value pick, especially if you trade one of those first round picks like I just did. Teams will do anything to get to 16. I'm telling you.
Yeah. And again, what you don't realize, again, this is for fun. It's the mock draft, blah, 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 blah. But being able to get this type of talent in your first couple picks, and just look at the screen now. Devin Lloyd, Khair Alam, Jermaine Johnson, Devontae Wyatt, and Kirby Joseph. Just getting them picks right there and knowing that you don't have the Rams first round pick. You don't got the Packers first round pick. You don't even got the Colts first round pick. You got the Detroit Lions. Who live, I repeat, live in the first in the
And
top
you've
10.
still got your own first round pick that you'll have next year. So if
Correct.
Jalen Hurts pans out, you got Jalen Hurts and 2 first round picks. Or if he doesn't pan out, you could decide what you're gonna do, and you got 2 first round picks.
And see,
You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
the hardest thing to do when you're doing these for fun, and you want to post it on Twitter that you had an amazing draft. It's hard to trade back because nobody counts that as a great move, right? They just say, you know, who you could have got at 16, right? So the fancy names is cool, and I agree. If that happens, I ain't gonna be mad about it. But when you have a situation where you still got guys who you can probably plug in and play ASAP
Mhm.
Rocky, your first 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, maybe 5 picks. I don't know about Kirby Joseph, depending on what we do with Ronnie McLeod and blah, 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 blah. But your first 3.5, 4 picks are day one starters, and you
Exactly.
got a first round next year. I mean,
You can't
sign me
beat it.
up.
Can't beat it. I'm posting it. Send it to me.
I got you. B. Lewis said, what if nobody wants to trade up? Well, that's the thing. If nobody wants to trade up, right? Remember, we got 32nd and 66. So we got Jermaine Johnson and Kirby Joseph from the Lions, and we got their first round pick. Well, then you got to do then how we got to, negotiate and do things. Like if we just pick 3 first round talents, it would have looked nice too.
Yeah.
But
Either
we're
way,
always trying to
somebody's gonna want to trade up. No, there. So many people are going to want to trade up. Nobody's going to want us to pick 15 and 16 back to back. Somebody's going to offer us a trade. I'm telling you.
yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, this, and especially if we're trying to trade back on the 16th pick and not the 19th, I think that's a big difference to
Yeah.
some people. But you got teams that are not drafted in the first round this year or are in a situation where they want to come back up. They really want that guy at 16, and we already picked at 15. So we feel good with who we want at 15. We didn't take their guy. They want to come back up, and it is what it is.
Does
And
Detroit even have a first round pick this year?
I don't know. I forgot
I
when we were
think they would
looking
have
at it.
had to get something from the
Oh,
Rams,
yeah,
right?
yeah, they do. Yeah, they did. They had it. And when we look at this, hold on, let's go to full results, right? Remember, Detroit had
Oh,
a
there you
second
go. Yeah, they were
overall pick.
second.
Yeah,
Yeah.
second overall pick. And then they have another one. They got the 6th. Well, they got our 16th.
They
What am I
got our
talking about?
16. Yeah.
Yeah. They picked again early, of course. Yeah, Malik. Oh, they took Malik Willis, too.
Detroit honestly is a prime team that's going to be trying to trade up. They don't have a second round pick. So imagine picking second and you don't pick all the way until like 60.
Hey, Mir,
That's
I'm going to have
brutal.
to check out Calvin Austin if you say we passed on him, especially if he's late. I'm going to have to look at him. It's always fun to find that
Facts.
sleeper, and it was cool that Quez was one a lot of our sleepers, and he ended up falling to the team. I noticed Quez Watkins as soon as he ran that 40 and he was second to Henry Ruggs. That just made me look at him. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Golden
You
Eagle?
got to look at
Let's turn
stuff
him
like
into
that.
a Philly Eagle.
I think that's what's going to happen with Sky Moore. Once he run, his stock going to rise.
Yeah. I got a couple wide receivers that y'all put me on. I got to look to. I got some of these guys I got to look to. I'm going to send this to LB. We going to post it. Some of the guys y'all picked, I'm going to look at. Some of the guys that, as y'all say, Jake Ferguson, Calvin Austin, guys that we missed out. Yang Gang was saying a couple that we went the other way because of the chat and whatnot. I'm going to remember them, and we're going to look at it.
Facts.
Charleston
I'm going to look at
Rambo.
this dude, Jalen Petrie.
Facts. But with that being said, and next mock's draft, we going to go a lot faster.
Yeah. It's going to be in 2 weeks on my channel.
There we go. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hit that like button on the way out if you haven't. If you're new, subscribe. Like LB said, 2 weeks will be on his channel, and 2 weeks will be closer to March. Maybe you start to hear some rumors. Oh, the Eagles are really eyeing up Marcus Williams. Check on that safety. Oh, the Eagles really looking at Hassan Reddick. Oop, check the
Yes,
second
sir. Yes,
defensive
sir.
end. Oh, the Eagles are looking at DJ Chark or Allen Robertson. Well, check. We really not going for a wide receiver nowadays. So when you start to hear them rumors coming through on free agency, you can check it out. There's not no top tier linebacker in free agency left. So just please, Howie, do us the honor. You saw Micah Parsons. That's my only hope. You watched it. You lived it. You got to go for one now. Anything else you got to say, LB, before we get up out of here?
Nah, I'm good, man. In 2 weeks, we're going to do another one and see how this one compares to that one.
Facts. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. stay tuned. We might even have to have a competition where I ask y'all to send yours in, and we gonna judge y'all the best one or something like that. But definitely appreciate all the support. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out.